How about a quick look at this S-type guitar from Tostar? That's how I'm going to say it, Tostar. It says standard series, and I called it an S-type because we're not allowed to say Stratocaster. Apparently, Fender gets upset if anyone else makes something with a similar body shape, but it's available right now. Starting at the bottom, we have a strap button here. We come up standard S-type position for your output jack. Two-tone knobs, volume knob, and a 5-way switch. So this right here is going to get you that neck pickup. And then when we come down one, now we get these two. The second one down, so this is the middle position, gives you just the middle pickup. One more gives you both the middle and the bridge, and then when we get to the very last position, that gives you the bridge pickup. It is a 6-point tremolo with solid steel saddles, and you see this hole right here. There's a tremolo bar, a whammy bar, a vibrato bar that will fit in there. I just don't have it out right now. Here you see kind of a satin, or actually I don't think it's satin. I think this is a flat shell pink, kind of a satin pink color, with a 3-ply white, black, white pick guard. All right, regular steel frets, and look at this. As I go back and forth a little bit, do you see how the light is reflecting? Those frets came reasonably highly polished already. The fret ends are decent. There's a couple here and there that may be just a tiny bit sharp, but for budget guitars, this is one of the best I've gotten in terms of the frets being polished and the ends being cleaned up pretty good. We have kind of a pearloid white marker dot here, and then little white dots on the side for your fret markers. I'm not sure what the wood is for this. I'm going to look that up before I shoot the next video. It resembles a Jatoba, but I'm not positive. We have some sort of synthetic nut material here. It looks well cut at a very reasonable height and spacing. 6 tuners up here, 2 of the little bent metal, bent steel string trees, and you can see beside a Fender Stratocaster that the headstock shape is in fact different, mainly right up in this section right here, but it does resemble a Fender headstock a bit. They are sealed, unbranded tuners. Here's your made in China and serial number information. It is a pretty fast feeling neck. And as we move the camera around so you can see reflection, not seeing a ton of reflection here because it is a satin finish neck, a very nice satin finish neck. Not, I mean, you could even run some super fine sandpaper or steel wool or something on this and make it even slicker, but it feels really nice. I like that. The reinforcement plate for the these are wood screws. I don't know why we call it a bolt-on neck when these are wood screws, but your 4 bolts to hold the neck on. There's your other strap button here. The Fat Boy cut or comfort carve or whatever we want to call this, where it sits up against your body. I like that on the rear tremolo cavity cover we have a slot cut out so you can see the bigger holes are where the strings go, the ball end of the strings. So when you want to change strings, you can push the old ones out and then feed the new ones in without taking this off. And then in theory, these slots give you access to the 2 tremolo adjustment screws that are up there. I actually did adjust the spring tension. You can see the springs here on the tremolo system, and I wasn't able to get a good bite with the screwdriver. I did have to take these off to access that cavity. But in theory, if you have the right screwdriver, you can do that. So there is top to bottom of the guitar itself. It actually comes with, down here, this pretty reasonable little gig bag. It's got a front handle, a side handle, and on the back it has backpack straps and then a little like hanger loop. On the inside we have nothing but just the interior. Sometimes you'll see a neck rest or a strap or something. Not in here. It has about a 1/4 inch of some closed cell foam. It feels like some springy closed cell foam for padding. So it is heavier than a dust cover, but it's not like a real high-end premium gig bag. Oh, even the little pocket here is padded as well. That pocket's where you can put accessories and like, for example, your electric guitar manual that came with it. And it covers a variety of models there. Lots of information in here. But the other things you may want to put in there, perhaps the guitar amplifier that comes with it from Tostar, the TGA-10. And then in this bag, we've got a whole variety of accessories. And we're going to go through and look at each one of these accessories in another video. But it looks like a pretty good value. I haven't used any of these things yet, but I have played the guitar. I've made some adjustments. So what I did was lowered the saddle height. I did not have to make a truss rod adjustment. The neck was straight with just a tiny bit of relief. It was pretty much just the way I like it. So the neck didn't need adjustment. I did lower the saddles. I have not adjusted the intonation yet, because I want to let it settle in a little bit. I don't think I had to do anything else except when I used the tremolo, I noticed that the springs were really tight in the back. So I backed the claw out that holds those tremolo springs to reduce the spring tension. So it's not free floated, but it's getting pretty close. I may adjust that a little bit more. I have not made any adjustments to pickup height, although I'm thinking I may raise the neck pickup just slightly. It's not bad, but as far as every guitar you buy, especially cheap guitars, need a complete setup. This was pretty not very demanding. That's what I'm going to call it. A lot of cheap guitars, you got to do everything, and then you got to go back and do it again, because when you adjust one thing and then go adjust something else, maybe it knocks things out of whack. This one, everything was tight, everything was aligned well. The only thing, the tremolo springs were a little snug. I backed those off a little bit, and then the saddle height I lowered a little bit. So out of the box, pretty playable. Yeah, I think we've got a pretty good guitar for the money, and that's without even considering that it comes with everything else you could need to get started. Please subscribe and check out our Guitar Deals group on Facebook. The link's in the bio.